Hello everyone, Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology and spirituality. Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. An interesting couple of days. I said that the Epstein files would not go away. The Epstein matter would not go away, and it hasn't now. It doesn't look like it's going to. I feel that Trump is very trapped by Epstein from the grave. And there's more to come. There's more to come on it. Okay, so let's just go back over the last couple of predictions. I spoke about Trump's health clairvoyantly in another platform. When I was reading, I couldn't shake off that he was sick, that he was in his bed, or I didn't want to say on his deathbed, but he was very unwell. A couple of days later, the White House released he has a venous condition where his legs swell. I don't think they're telling us the full extent of that. There's probably heart failure in there. In fact, that could be one question we ask. I did get clairvoyantly also a couple of weeks ago, before the Rosie O'Donnell stuff happened, with Trump, and before Ghislaine Maxwell released that letter that was compiled into an album/birthday book for Jeffrey Epstein. In the past, I got an image of a rose in a book, and I said, well, okay, we've solved the rose. That was Rosie O'Donnell bringing his Epstein connections up again. But what about the book? I don't understand the book clairvoyant image that I got. Well, within the last few days, of course, we've had the Wall Street Journal publish a letter, very worrying letter actually, from Trump to Epstein, as part of his birthday book compilation that Maxwell was doing. And it showed he'd drawn a photo of a naked woman, and he spoke to Epstein about the wonderful secret that they have together. It's the kind of way that I would have expected pedophiles to speak to one another, quite frankly. Anyway, so we're going to look at the whole Epstein matter again, because I think it isn't going away. I think there's more to come. The FBI and the DOJ had been combing through the Epstein files. The Democrat on the Judiciary Committee has called for transparency in light of a potential cover-up. Apparently the FBI and the DOJ, as they were combing through the files, were asked to flag how many times or where Trump's name appeared and put it onto an Excel spreadsheet. Now, obviously that's designed to cover up anything that might be released in future, would not contain that file or that excerpt of a file that he was where he was named. So you're going to get officers speaking out anonymously. There's apparently training videos of the officers who were combing through the files where they were instructed not to remove, to document where Trump's name appeared. All of that's going to come out. This is not going away anytime soon. And apart from that, I have there's Maxwell to contend with, and what she might produce. But I do feel there's another woman that is going to come forward with this direct testimony that regarding Trump. Now, I know Katie Johnson's testimony exists, but she kind of disappeared. It would take a very brave person, given the illegalities of what's occurring in the US under the Trump government. It would take a very brave person to come forward, but there might be a way that one does anonymously and with protection. Okay, so let's go back. Before I do continue, I want to say that these Epstein files, the information contained within, have been held by the FBI and the DOJ for years and years, certainly going back to 2016-17 when Epstein was arrested and those prosecutions began. One has to wonder why subsequent presidents, whether they be Republican or Democrat, Democratic Party have sat on this information. Now we know, I've had MAGA come to the page and say, well, Clinton's in it. Yeah, Clinton most likely is in it. He's certainly publicly been documented as going to Epstein's Island, but so is Donald Trump. So why have successive governments sat on this information? Where's the justice in that, in protecting pedophiles? There is no justice, and there is no earthly reason other than political for sitting on that information. Anyway, it seems like, as we say, the chickens are coming home to roost for Donald Trump. All right, let's get started. Why MAGAs ran and Trump ran on the campaign of releasing the Epstein files? Did Trump always plan on covering this up, like getting elected and then stiffing his base? So did he always plan? Because he knows he's in there. He was Epstein's best friend for 10 odd years, it documented in public. It's interesting to look back on all that footage and to see how inappropriate it is now. What was, young models, teen models parading around in, virtually nothing but a skimpy bathing suit in front of men in the 80s was somehow acceptable. Yeah, the 80s and the 90s. Anyway, all right, let's get on with this. I'm using the the Visions, Cairo Marchetti Visions Tarot, and I'll probably use another deck, but I haven't decided just yet what one I'll be using. All right, did Trump always plan? Did Trump always plan to cover up his name, his part in the Epstein files? Did Trump always plan to cover up his part in the Epstein? Once he was elected, was he going to just cover it up? Remember, he's arrogant, but his luck has run out, I think. Okay, the Fool card, new starts. So, yeah, I get elected. That's a very strong yes card out of the gate. And it was going to be a new start for him. One of luxury, having everything you need, money. 40% of his wealth has been gained since he's been in office, and he's only been in office for 6 months. Yeah, he didn't give it another thought. But it's come back on him, hasn't it? The 7 of Cups, illusion and delusion. I can fool everyone. I just need to say it's a hoax. It's Obama and Biden did this, created the Epstein files. I just need to keep doing what I've been doing. But what sort of deluded fool would think that? So we have the 4 of Wands in the past, reunions, families, get-together, Mar-a-Lago. I think we're going to find out a little bit more about Mar-a-Lago in all of this. I wonder if the Mar-a-Lago references have been taken out of the files. So we have Hope, which is crowning this reading. I really love that. I did quite a few readings when the going is really tough in the US, and for all of us really in the world. And I kept saying that karma is going to come around, and people are asking in the comments section, is this the beginning of his karma? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. Here she is again. How many times has this Queen come up in the immediate future? Ghislaine Maxwell is a Capricorn, but I don't know her birth chart. I will look into her birth chart if it's publicly available. I wonder if she's got a fair bit of fire in her. But if it's not Ghislaine Maxwell, it is another woman is getting ready to come forward. And the more that she sees of this, the more motivated she actually is. There's a woman about to come forward with even more information, or if that's Ghislaine, she's not going to be deterred. The Page of Coins in the here and now. Well, he's been cut down to size. Remember, he is the King of Pentacles. He really thought he would get away with this would all go away once he was elected. I'm pretty sure he's not happy with Bondi and Patel going so hard on the Epstein files. The Seven of Wands, he's having to defend himself. You see how he's been cut down to size over this. The Ace of Coins is in the hopes and fears, money. Again, there's some kind of monetary paper trail that he is fearing might come out. Now, often when I get these things, I don't know how that's going to transpire, but there is a money trail that leads him back to Epstein. And then we have temperance and moderation. He thought, that's a yes, he thought he could bring it all down, create another conspiracy for his base to focus on. He thought he was going to get stability, stabilize the situation, and he was the one in control of their emotions. These are all yes cards. Absolutely, he thought that he could put this to bed once elected. That's not the way it's gone, has it? The Ten of Swords is at the base of the pack. The Three of Swords, heartbreak and betrayal. We're talking about his base. And the King of Swords, the truth, logic, objectivity. This is the underlying energies. How he wanted it to go, hosing it down, modifying it, is not how it's actually gone, because the underlying energies are this. Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, and King of Swords. So he miscalculated on that one. You know, that's what happens with hubris. When people think they can do anything, they find out that they can't. Okay. All right, let's see. Is there someone else coming forward, getting ready to come forward, and just on the edge here, the edge of things? Is someone else ready to come forward with further incriminating evidence? Is somebody else willing to come forward with further incriminating evidence between Trump and Epstein? It's a woman. It's a woman. She's clear-eyed. She has had a lot of heartache and grief, but she's clear-eyed about what needs to be done. Is there someone else? There's a sword and a wreath. Victory for the truth. Is there someone else getting ready to come forward with evidence about Trump and Epstein? Okay, so the Seven of Wands, defending oneself, and the Ten of Coins, legacies, family, inheritances, money. This might be somebody who has been given a, some paid off, non-disclosure agreement, something like that. Somebody who's been paid off. Somebody who has suffered abuse. That's an abuse of power. And then we get the Six of Cups in the past. Someone who's suffered abuse in the past. And we have the Tower card. Oh my God. Whoever this is that is getting ready to come forward, whether that's Maxwell or a woman, or more than one woman, or evidence from a woman, this is really, it's serious, very serious stuff. These are pretty terrible cards. And we get the World card. It's absolute endings here. We've had a lot of endings, major endings of cycles. Just look at these cards. They scream an ending of an old matter in the past that will engulf Trump. The Sun card in the present, full illumination. And then we get Justice. Oh my God, just look at these cards. Okay, so abuse, Five of Swords is at the foundation of the reading. The signifier cards is having to defend oneself, and the Ten of Pentacles, money, inheritances, could be family as well. And we have here the past is in the past, but we've got the Sky and the Tower and the World card here in the immediate future. This isn't so far away. This is coming soon. In the here and now, we have the Sun and the Justice card. and we have great deal of anxiety, as they would have in the hopes and fears, and the outcome is the Two of Coins. Be patient. They're weighing up their options. They're literally juggling. They're considering coming forward, and they make a decision. We have a book here again in this imagery, and there's the Page of Coins. Somebody who may have that's a minor. Speaking. They're making their mind up right now as to whether they come forward. I think they will come forward at great risk to themselves. There's documentation. There's some kind of evidence. Perhaps it's how they were paid. They were paid off by somebody because there's a money trail. Here is the book again. And we have headlines, things coming out very, very quickly. So they have a plan to come out, but it may change. It may change in the future. There's a great deal of despair here. But be patient. This is what I was looking for. I thought this might come up. So we've got twos here, 2 weeks, 2 months, I think shorter rather than later. We have the Fool card here, new starts and a deal that is being done, and the Hermit card, isolation, and the Lovers. Yeah, okay, so this could even be Maxwell getting ready. She was writing a book. This could still be the book, but it's a woman. They have more incriminating, as if we didn't have enough, more incriminating information on Trump and Epstein. But there's proof here. There's a money trail here. So let's watch for that one. I must say that a lot of this information was in the public domain in 2016 and certainly before 2024. And so I find it incredibly odd to have looked at that information then and known exactly what type of a person the current president is. And I find it very disappointing, very disheartening. And I must say I view it with some cynicism that people had this information. They knew, yet they still voted for him. What does that say about them? What does it say about people who support this person? Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if we can go into how he is feeling right now. Does 47 feel trapped? Does he feel trapped? So he's unwell and he's trapped. The World card keeps coming through again. This could be the finish of him. So, does Trump feel trapped? Does Trump feel trapped? Does Trump feel trapped? Does Trump feel trapped by this information? So we have an Archer there. Again, I keep getting Sagittarius. Somebody who's taking aim. Does Trump feel... Oh, yeah, he feels under attack for sure. Yeah, I'm just seeing... It's an interesting image. I'm just seeing, like, millions and millions of people stretched in a long line of... It's very karmic, this whole situation. It's almost as if he won't be able to get out of it this time. Okay, does Trump feel trapped by Epstein? The Epstein case, the Epstein situation. Does Trump feel trapped? Now, he's already unwell. This could hasten his ill health. The Tower card, everything coming crashing down. And then we get the Four of Cups. 3 cups lost, but 1 cup remains. He still thinks he has a lifeline. Let's see if he does. He's isolated. September is a key month that keeps coming back and back and back. September is a key month. as I said, a lot of things shift by September. We have the Six of Cups again in the past. He's trapped by his past. There he is in the sky, the King of Pentacles, the businessman. There's a money trail here that someone has that can tie him. There he is. The Death card in the immediate future. As though he feels that it's finished, it's over. I mean, does he feel, has he been told that he hasn't got a lot of time left? What is this? The Death card in the immediate future. The Two of Cups in the present, trying to make deals. And we get the Five of Coins, unable to make them, feeling out in the cold, like he's taking this more seriously than I think he is letting on. Justice in the hopes and fears. Does he sense that this is it? Justice in the hopes and fears. And we have the Nine of Swords, incredibly anxious. Does he feel trapped by this? The Four of Wands. I think, that again is home, family. There's a family connection here. I know you're going to say, oh, it's his daughter. It's something to do with Mar-a-Lago. Inevitable. It's inevitable that he is trapped. Okay. It's sobering. It's the sobering reading. It's inevitable that he will be trapped. And then we get new starts and strength. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups. Family keep coming up, but it's the voters. We have the World card. We have lies and deceit, and then we have this plan, this woman that is coming forward, and there's the victor's wreath for the truth. Secrets. All right. Okay, I want to know, will the Fool, because it's not just Trump on there are other people, billionaires. Does the list exist? Yes, it does exist. Does the list, the files, the whole truth with Epstein, we say the truth with Epstein, will it ever come out? Will these men on this list, will it ever be released? Will anyone have the courage to do this? Will the Epstein list ever be released? Will the full Epstein list ever be released? Just a quick look at this. So we have the Eight of Cups, loss, walking away from loss, and then we get weighing things up. The Ace of Coins, we have, it's money. The beginning of something. We have the truth is in the past. We have the Queen of Coins. Security, national security. What would it do given there are presidents, ex-presidents, and a president most likely on the list? We keep getting the Four of Wands coming together, reunification, the Page of Coins in the here and now, and the Star card. Yeah, there is hope, but it's turning on a dime here. We get lies and deceit in the hopes and fears, and then we get the Three of Cups coming together, support for one another, but we also get illusion and delusion. I still don't think Lover's card. And the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. There is a chance that it could be released, but I'm still getting very murky cards, almost like, some of it's released, not all of it's released. I wish I could bring you better news. The Page of Cups and the World card. So that's a surprise here. Somebody could surprise us with enough courage to release that list. I hope so. I hope so. All right, let's a couple more questions, and then I'll finish up. Will ICE and the relevant secretaries, cabinet secretaries, ever be prosecuted for crimes committed? They're holding people illegally. They are not following legal processes. Legal citizens, journalists have been locked up without process for months on end. Will ICE and the cabinet secretaries, ever be prosecuted for the illegalities, the illegal actions that have been committed by ICE? Will ICE and the secretaries ever be prosecuted for the illegalities that have been committed? Now, it was like a dystopian future there. The Ten of Cups, the voter, families, the voter, and we get moderation. So we are going to have pushback in the elections. It doesn't matter how much they try and rig the election, it's not going to work. The numbers are people are going to come out en masse. The Queen of Wands, that's interesting. Queen of Wands. And we get the Seven of Wands having to defend themselves. Will they ever be prosecuted? That's interesting. It seems like, I know what this is. When the House changes, the Democratic Party has a lot more options then to run these investigations, and it looks like they will. The King of Wands, yeah, it's going to happen in the Congress before 2028. The Six of Wands is victory, and the Seven of Coins, plans not coming to fruition, having to replan. I think this is the midterms, okay? The Three of Wands, this is literally, some things exist where it's your last shot at things, and I think the midterms are the last shot. There is a chance for America to turn this, turn it around, turn this ship around. And we get the Knight of Coins. It's going to be overseas investigations as well, sort of like tribunals set up for taking immigrants to other countries and having them detained there, tortured, even die there. There's going to be investigations there, and the Knight of Coins, yes, there is the Queen of Coins. I feel it'll be led. These investigations will be led by a woman in Congress, and here we have the King of Coins and strength. So, illusion and delusion. The strength is an illusion. That's interesting. His strength is an illusion. Yes, it will be prosecuted. It will be when I say prosecuted, there will be some kind of investigation, and it will happen in the Congress before 2028. The Nine of Coins, that's a lot of anxiety and lies, and the Tower. This is going to come crashing down. I mean, just think about this scenario. Trump doesn't make 4 years. That leaves Vance. Democrats take power in the midterms. They can't get away with what they were thinking they were going to get away with, and this all blows up. This whole thing is exposed and blows up. Okay, so the Congress is going to be investigating the secretaries and ICE, because there are so many clear examples of illegalities. Okay, the Senate. I've seen that the House goes to the Democrats. I've never really thought, I don't know about the Senate. It would be a hard slog for the Democrats. Okay, will the Senate go to the Democratic parties in the midterms? Will the Senate go to the Democratic Party in the midterms? Will the Senate go to the Democratic Party in the midterms? It's a very hard slog. The Page of Swords, not by much. If it does, there's one vote here. And the Ten of Cups, the voter. Young people are coming out en masse in the midterms. They sat at home before. They're not sitting at home this time. The Seven of Coins, having to replan, is at the foundation of the reading. Manifestation is in the past. And we get the Four of Swords, retreat. Will they hold the Senate? The Eight of Coins, the Apprentice. It's almost as if the majority, Republican majority is cut down, but Vance has to keep doing that vote, the deciding vote. The victory card is here, and the past. It certainly will be a victory for the Democratic Party, but will it be enough? Remain hopeful. Can they win? Yeah, well, there's a possibility, but we get the Four of Coins. There's going to be a lot of voter suppression. The same tactics they used before. It's going to be a toss-up. It's going to be a very, very close election. It's almost like there's one Senate seat, like Vance has to come in. Like it's very close at this point, but I'll read closer to the date. All right, Gavin Newsom is making headlines. Many people don't like him, but he is successfully standing up to Trump. I did say troops would be removed. Trump has removed some troops. I think he's still got control of the National Guard, but the troops have left Los Angeles. Is Newsom the next president? He's middle-aged, greying, and as I understand it, was a businessman. Is this who I saw? Is Gavin Newsom going to be president of the United States in 2028? Is Gavin Newsom going to be president of the United States in 2028? It's very early to look at this, but let's have a look. Will Gavin Newsom be president of the United States in 2028? The Nine of Wands, boundaries. Will Gavin Newsom be president of the United States in 2028? Five of Swords, the Ten of Wands. Right now, no. If an election was held today, no, he wouldn't be. The Magician card, though, manifestation. Judgment and inevitability is in the past. We have the Knight of Coins, stability, bringing forward financial stability. Queen of Coins, again, more financial stability. The Ten of Coins, families, legacies. And we have the Page of Cups, surprises. He might do better than people think he will. The Knight of Cups, in the hopes and fears. Can he convince enough people to vote for him? But then we have the Nine of Swords. The Four of Swords. No. I don't think it's him. Giving and receiving help. And the Page of Coins. These aren't good cards. No, I don't think so. But we have wish fulfillment. Things can turn around because there's a potential for him to be seen as a stable option. He's got good underlying energies here, but he was able to perform in a situation. We do have the emperor there, the governor, the president. He does have, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. The Hierophant card, the courts. He will, I think, win in the courts. He will have a lot of momentum going into 2028. But I don't see a presidential card. I don't see the presidential cards. I see a possibility, but right now, no. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye for now.